Hi, my name is Jo. I'm an art psychotherapist with the Owl Therapy Centre. Today I'm going to show you a rapport building activity that is one of my favourites that I do with my young people. It's a development on from Donald Winnicott's The Squiggle Drawing. I invite young people to engage in an activity with me, and I ask them to choose a colour from the crayons, and they choose a colour. Often it can be their favourite colour, it doesn't have to be. Then I ask them, what are you, left-handed or right-handed? And they will tell me they're left or right-handed. In this case, I'm left-handed, so I will write with my right hand. Then I ask them to close their eyes, and I ask them to scribble on the drawing until I tell them to stop. So their eyes are closed and they scribble on the drawing until I tell them to stop. And the idea behind that is to take away the expectation that I can't draw, I'm no good at drawing, and to make it fun. Once they've done the drawing, I then ask them to look at their drawing, to turn it round, to consider it from all angles, and to turn it into something that makes sense to them. And this activity can take anything from 10 minutes to 20 minutes to half an hour or even longer. And the student is invited to contemplate the scribble and then to work with the colours that are available using their dominant hand and to colour in, amend or add to the drawing. And the reason for that is for freedom and expression and to allow themselves to use their imagination and to be creative. And I give them examples of what other students have done. And they can be animals, they can be people, we've even had a politician. And so the young person spends about 20 minutes working on this image. Here, I have to admit, I'm struggling to find something. I've actually found something with it orientated this way up to me, which is opposite to the camera. So then I would use any colour and I would start to turn the drawing or turn the scribble into something that actually makes sense to me by amending it, adding to it. And in this case, I'm being pretty creative here, making things up and using different colours, and I would be much more considered in a longer term session. But here I'm just giving you an example of what I might come up. And being really creative. And Hopper, my puppy, is getting a little bit, he's fallen asleep actually. We'll just finish off here. Now, in a couple of seconds, I've done an image. So the scribble that started off with my eyes closed and my non-dominant hand has turned into an image of a face. I did some earlier. This one was done yesterday in the afternoon and is a picture of a hamster or a puppy. And this one I also did earlier, and this is a picture of a dolphin. When we finish the activity, I invite the young person to say something about their image, and then I explain why I do the activity that I've just done. And I talk about metaphors, and depending on the age and the developmental stage of the child, I will talk to them about how we need to make sense of our experiences. and we are meaning-making creatures. All the research shows that in counselling and psychotherapy, the deciding factor of success is the strength of the therapeutic relationship. So the aim in building this therapeutic rapport right from the beginning is to make the activity fun, to explain to them that I've asked them to make sense of a scribble. And I use the metaphor that when we are struggling and life gets into a tangle and a knot or a scribble, we try to make sense of it. And my role in that process is to help them to make sense and make meaning of their experiences. And again, depending on the developmental age of the young person, I'll couch that in language that they can understand. So in about 5 minutes, I've shown you an activity that would take about half an hour to 3/4 of an hour as a rapport building exercise with the young person. So thank you and bye.